Hello, welcome pen friends. This is my introduction video to what I plan to do this year with student pens, beginner pens, children pens, the whole idea of beginner fountain pens, and with kind of an emphasis on student and school pens, I guess you could say, because it is an area that I got extremely interested in after I started writing with the little Schneider Ray pen. So this is how I'm going to focus myself. And of course, this looks like a mess right here, but I'm going to put it in some order, and I'm going to talk about, how I plan to spend a whole month with each pen. And so we should cover at least 12 pens before the year is over. And I don't have all the pens I intend to look into yet, but I do have 3 Pelikan pens that I'm starting with. So let me just kind of rearrange this a little, and I'll start by showing you what I intend to start with. Oh, but before we do that, I wanted to say that each pen, starting with this one, the Pelikan Pelikano, will be in Chris's inked pens for a whole month. So this is the January one, and that means that they will get, they'll be in the ink journal, covered and then graded and everything, and so there'll be longer writing sample for each one. And because I'm so interested in this, they may be run through with more than one ink before we're through, but definitely they'll get at least the standard, coverage, that I give the pens that I ink up for a whole month. And I think that's going to help for it to build on each other, because these are all new to me, except for I have written with this one quite a bit. This is the little platinum shooting star Hello Kitty, little one, and I have written with this one quite a bit, but I do put it in that category, and that's going to be there could be some interesting discussion and debate about that, because I've got a few ideas that where I kind of position a pen in this category that may not belong there, but we'll see. And I'll get the little setup done that I was going to show you, where I'm kind of lining up the pens. Okay, so it appears to me we're definitely going to exceed this tray right away, but I have got the Pelikans all to begin with. Since these are new to me and I'm so excited about it, I'm kind of thinking these will be the 3 that we start with. I'm not sure if I'll go to the Twist next or the Pelikano, but for all of January I'll be evaluating and writing with this little one, and I've been picking it up a lot already, so I'm can't believe how excited I am about this project, and it's already helping me to focus. A couple of times just this week, pens have come up where I thought about the channel pen allowance, and I thought about ordering a pen, and all I had to do was ask myself a question. I just asked myself, would ordering this pen support this project that I'm doing all this year? Yes or no? Does it fall in this category or not? Oh, and it just put that peace and clarity into my mind. So if you're having any kind of focus, like maybe you're having a year where you're going to focus on nibs, it's nice if you just ask yourself the question before purchasing something: is this gonna, is this supporting my goal or not? So yeah, I felt really peaceful after that. So I've got the Pelikan Pelikano, and then this is the Pelikan Pelikano Junior. Whoops, I keep moving this. And I'm really super excited about this little one. It's got the cartridge in there, but I haven't started writing with it yet. I really want to give the first one its full, 2 weeks, and then the rest of the month to write with it. And before I start, that's going to be hard because I like to just ink everything up. And then I did get a silver Twist, which I have been wanting one of these for so long. I don't know really what, oh gosh, I can't remember. I don't even know. Okay, I got to learn about this pen. Pulls off, doesn't it? Yeah, okay, it's just brand new. You could tell I don't know what I'm doing yet. Okay, I started to take the barrel off. So I don't know anything about this one, but I've eyed these for a long time, and I have thought about it, and I'm not sure. I guess I just sort of laughed at myself, but then the amount of fun that I had when this pen, when I got this Schneider Ray, it just taught me not to not to prejudge these pens. They're a lot of fun, and I don't mind at all being in this category of that I like these pens. So they're the 3 Pelikans, and then there's all this. You know, I didn't even recognize what one of their cartridges would look like. It's I guess it's a long standard cartridge, and I have zero knowledge about the converters yet, but it seems to me like I probably have converters here that'll go in these, but that's just, you know, step by step. I'll learn that. And then, of course, for a long time, I've had knowledge about Pilot. So this is the Pilot Kikuno, the clear one. And, you know, for a long time, it's been okay. I've known how to tell the difference between the Pilot cartridges look like this. They have that little plastic piece, and then the platinum ones have the little, you know, like ball bearing or whatever. And so this is a platinum. And so there's cartridges, but there's also converters for these pens. And I have not slowed down to take the time to, you know, see, okay, how much do they cost and what do I already have? I have a Pilot Vanishing Point, and I have a bunch of Pilot, I have 3 Pilot Metropolitans, so. And then right away I found out that the Schneider Ray takes just the Jinhao converter, so that's neat. And this is still inked up. I'm still really, really enjoying it. Whoops, well, it's almost empty, so that was like the December fun. And I already reviewed this pen. But this pen will be coming up more and more for comparisons to the others because I believe it's in the right category. So then I did get a pen case. I emptied it out. I mean, I didn't purchase one. I had one in my stuff. And I think I can kind of show it, but let's see. It's probably going to take up more room than the camera shows. I'm still getting used to my new camera. So this is the Hub Pen Company. They sell ballpoints, and they had these neat little cases that I got on eBay. You know, it's old stuff, and one of them came with all the ballpoint pens, and Manuel got the pens. So I started putting pens that I may want to compare. So I've got a TWSBI. All of a sudden, I can't even think of the name of it. Oh my God, a twist! I mean, a swipe. A TWSBI swipe. This is what happens when I let my brain get jammed. And then the Pilot Metropolitan and the Petite one, even though they, you know, they're not in the school child category still, they're going to be compared, I'm sure. And the Platinum Preppy will come up. Let's see. I was going to put all the ones that I already had over on this side. It's a 24 pen case, so I'll have 12 on this side, and I'll put the 12 student pens over on the other side. I anticipate I'll want to compare Lamy Safari, and I think, you know, the fun, the rotaring core that's no longer being made, still, it's kind of appeals to that same group, and so we'll look at that. Gosh, I don't like how that looks. Seems like this camera picks up every piece of lint, so I've seen that on other videos, but I'm afraid there's a little more lint and cat hair in this house than I'd like to talk about. So I've also got a cardboard box. I'm making sure to save everything, all of the packaging and everything I might need. And boy, did I tear into that. I don't know what the big rush was. I tore into the Kikuno box and ruined the packaging, but it's got everything that we want to look at and so forth as I go. I've never reviewed this, and I haven't got a whole lot of mileage on my Kikuno yet. And then I thought maybe a TWSBI swipe would be compared, and also I actually think that's a good one to hand somebody when they're starting out. I really do. I mean, much better than a piston filler. So as we go, oops, that's Coco making his litter box noises. I have one more thing. I have a list that I put together, just a preliminary one, where I started in my little planner, last year's planner. I need to transfer this to this year's so that I could get an idea of what was out there, So I have an awareness. There are quite a few out there, but I didn't want to make rush purchases except for where I could get it easily with a channel allowance on Amazon, so on. There are some. I'm going to need to look a little further. There's a Faber-Castell Scribblini children's pen. I'm checked off the ones I already have. There's a Schneider base for kids. I wrote down a question mark Genhao 166. I don't know where I heard about that. Lamy ABC, I was seeing that one, and I thought maybe I could get a better price than where I saw it. Kaveco Student 70s. Okay, that was a little pricey, and I thought, let's wait. Stabilo Easy Buddy. So a bunch of notes that I made. Oh, okay, I have the Pelikano. Let's see. I didn't X that off yet. It's okay, Coco. You're doing all right? Never fails that he has to come over this way when I'm doing a video. And then I just made a bunch of notes that weren't real pertinent. But I think this is going to be a project that I would totally really appreciate lots of input from viewers, from pen friends, from pen pals, from all of you. I just consider everybody pen friends. So many of you are way down the path and road of this type of pen ahead of me. And that's good, because I think that is so great, because I know already how much I've learned about other pens and nibs and how to deal with things. It's not something we want to enter into all by ourselves. So even though I'm, going to be testing these pens out, it's not like I'm an authority. I'm a beginner with beginner pens. It is kind of funny in a way. It's almost like I skipped right to, well, I still had beginner pens, because certainly Lamy Safari and TWSBI Eco and a lot of the Genhaos, but I did kind of skip over some of these really, really fun alternatives, and they're so reliable too so far. So, I mean, these two are my first two, the Schneider Ray and the Pelikan Pelikano. And I find the delight that they're not overpriced in most cases, and that you can just begin and write with it writes, right out of the box. That's amazing. So cool. Uh-oh, I'm glad you don't have the smell-o-vision. Whew. Oh dear, I'm going to have to fumigate here. Poor Coco. I shouldn't offend him like that. So I've got, more to work with here, and lots of papers, and I think that's pretty much it, except I'm lucky that I do have a lot of cartridges. Every time I'd get a pen that had a cartridge, I don't usually use them, but I think for this project I will be. I know that as soon as this one empties, and I'm thinking, let's see, when I looked the other day, it didn't look like I had much left in there. I don't know. It's hard to see. Maybe I do. Maybe there is. Maybe, oh no, maybe there's plenty. Anyway, when it does empty, I'm definitely gonna clean it out with a ink syringe and put my own ink in it and start. That'll be another part of the exploration, because it's amazing how sometimes the cartridges that are meant for the pens, there's a reason for that. They work really good. So these may like certain inks better. I don't know yet. I think it's delightful that I don't know much, because that means I can, have fun exploring them, and it just kind of merges right on the highway with what I'm already doing, because I have pens every month that I want to ink up to write letters and to journal with, and take notes. So these fit right in, and I'll bring you along if you want to come. And so I'll have to think of some way, maybe not the same thumbnail every time, but I'll have to try to think of a tag where I'll make sure and tag it each time, so you'll know it's part of this series whenever I do the special videos. But I think it's neat. Okay, so I got some Schneider cartridges, but I do believe they're just standard international. And then, of course, I know Pilot and Platinum are proprietary. And then, my phone, I got a Fitbit. Says I'm 42 steps away. Oh, this thing is a pest. It's nice though. I like it. But it is funny, because I'll think it's a text coming in, and this thing reminded me to get off my butt. That's what it is. It's a Fitbit that I got given out of the blue. So yay, like it's really fun. The only thing is it's showing me my poor sleep, and that is something I've got to work on. So, and Coco has to work on it too, because he wakes me up 60 times a night, I think. Okay. Oh, I still feel like I'm forgetting something. So we've got a pen case to put them all in, and a box with all the packaging so I don't lose anything and I can refer back to it. And certainly the ink journal that I always use, which I put down here, with Tomoe River paper will be one place. And I just, I welcome input. I welcome ideas on other pens. That was one of the main things I wanted to say. I meant for this to be a face-to-face video, but I can't get my act together in my office. It's a mess, and I didn't want to hold up any longer on doing this. But I welcome all suggestions, because I know there are pens out there that I don't even know are out there. I just know it because this is what happens in every single category that I approach in this hobby. There's so much out there. So if there's one that you think I should know about, please either put it in the comments below, or you can email me. I always put my email in the description box, and I'd love to know about it. And then I can start planning. Each time we get channel allowance, channel ad money, and so on, and pen allowance, I can start planning, because there's no rush about this. There's a whole year here that I intend to do this. So, any takers? Anybody want to join me with this? And I don't mind if you're like just starting or you're way, way beyond, because everybody contributes. Everybody has made discoveries that might help us know what to look for, for converters or for anything, which inks are, happy, and which pens. And I love those little tips because they're just fun. I want to make my own discoveries too, but I don't necessarily enjoy a lot of flops. So I just really like to hear about things. Wow, this one is just so neat looking. I'm glad I got the silver. I debated about it, but I thought that any ink would look good in it. It doesn't look like a pen. It looks like some kind of a eyeliner or what, I don't know, makeup. That's what it looks like to me. But that's cool. So I think that's about it. I guess I know I'll press the end button and I'll think of 40 things that I meant to say. But I think the main thing to convey is just I am thrilled that this project sort of like made itself obvious to me, and that this is a good focus. And I think it's going to keep things very fun without being super expensive, which is important to me this year. We're doing home improvement and all kinds of interesting things. So, rehabbing our kitchen, and I need to keep it simple. I need to keep it within the limits anyway. So I think this is a natural, path or rabbit hole side trip to take with the pens. I've taken some other side trips too where I focused on nibs, and I enjoyed that very much. But this is the one that's really got me looking forward to every day. I get up and I have to remember where I put this, because either I'll put it in my bullet journal box. I've got those little pen boxes, or it's where I was last writing with it. So it's like, wow, I feel like I need more than one of those, but no, because I want to keep, being able to compare and learn about each different one. So, okay, I'll see you next time, and I'd love to meet in the comments and talk about this. I'm going to take very specific notes of anything that you recommend for pens, so that I don't lose track, at least of the fact that I need to research and look into it and see if it's available and what I can do. So I will take notes, and I will take suggestions and all that, and we'll all have a good time, I hope. Okay, so I'll see you next time. Bye for now.